Hey guys, this is Newcomer Advantage and welcome back to another video. So today I'm gonna be talking, or this video will cover everything that you need to know about the banking or the best banks that are available for the newcomers. And if you're planning to immigrate to Canada or have done so, I'm sure you must have a checklist, and the first and the most basic uh, pointer in that checklist is setting up your financial banking account so that you can do your daily operations. Before we go into what kind of banks and the bank accounts that are available, few things that I wanted to talk about initially in this video is to have a thought process of a few of the considerations that you need to keep in mind before you open a bank account, or in order to decide what kind of bank account that you need to open. And the first point here is understanding your banking needs. If you're thinking why I'm looking down, I'm actually referring to my notes here so that I don't miss out any points. So as I said, the first point is banking needs. So you need to understand, why are you basically opening a bank account in Canada? Is it are you planning to do a daily transactions, or is it something with related to savings and things like that? And another point to mention here is online banking. So here in Canada, online banking is not really that user friendly as it when it comes to if you've used online banking apps in India. So you need to be comfortable and you need to select a bank which provides you an online banking facility as well. And the number of transactions, as I mentioned, how much transactions that do you want to do in a day, or is it a monthly limit that you're planning to, so that it helps you to decide the best banking account for you. And also, if other than the regular banking, do you need to have any other sort of savings account or a mortgage account or a credit card that you want to opt to? And also another, since we this is a point that is very important. It was very important for me because I wanted to transfer some money back into my account in India, and from India, and I had to get some money into my Canadian account. So one of the most important point for me was international money transfer, which I had to keep in mind before I selected a bank that I wanted to open an account in. Another point is monthly fees. So every bank gives you a promotional period which waives off a monthly fee for you, and usually it's around a year. But then they do have some certain conditions in order to waive that monthly fee. For example, maintaining a certain balance in your account. So you need to think through about this particular condition as to which bank provides you has a monthly fee, and how much is it, and what are the conditions to have or get the monthly fee waived off. The third point would be transaction fees. So the banks in Canada charge you a fee in order to do some transactions. For example, if you're doing an ATM withdrawal, there could be a charge that could be charged to your account. Or say you're doing a money transfer, then again there could be a fee that is charged. Sometimes bank statements. So if you want to get bank statements emailed to your email ID, then there would be a charge. There would also be sometimes charge on the transfers that you do between accounts, either to your own accounts or to another person's account. So it's called an Interact e-transfer. So Canada uses this platform called Interact in order to do the transfers of funds to different accounts. And the fourth point, or the sort of last point that I have in terms of looking into the considerations before you open an account, is interest rate. So the savings bank account here in Canada provides you an interest rate for the amount that you have as funds in your account. So you need to also make sure to know what are the interest rates in the different banks that are providing savings account option for you. So now that we know what are the different considerations that we need to keep in mind before we select a bank or the type of account that we want to open, the next thing that I wanted to cover is an explanation of the type of accounts that we have in Canada. And it could be a little different than the type of account that we have. So in India, we have something called a savings account, which is actually your regular daily transactions account wherein you can deposit money in number of times and also withdraw money in number of times, and also make that account as a salaried account, right? So that's called a savings account in India. But the savings account in Canada is a little bit different. So the savings account here is basically to store your funds in order to build that particular amount which is there in your account over a course of time. So there are these interest that you would get for the funds that you have in the account, and usually the savings account have limited number of transactions that you can do in terms of deposits or withdrawal. So this, if you are planning to open an account for a daily transaction, then savings account is not really the one. The one that you would be opening for daily transactions is called a checking account. So checking account is similar to savings account of that of India. This account, which is the checking account, provides you usually unlimited transactions in terms of deposits, withdrawals, ATM transactions, and things like that. So I really had confusion between what a checking account and a savings account was before I moved here. So just thought I will cover the basic, definition of both the type of accounts and what would be suitable for you to open for your daily transactions. So as I mentioned, for daily transactions, it would be the checking account. Okay, so now let's dwell into the different type of banks and the bank accounts that is available for a newcomer here in Canada. I'm not really going in any particular order as to worst to best or best to worst, but rather I'm going to talk about all the banks that I researched on, and the bank that I actually selected to open an account is something that I'm going to cover at the end. So the first bank that I'm going to be talking about is Scotiabank. So Scotiabank has a program called Start Right program for newcomers, which lets you to open a free checking account for your daily operations, and this account is free for the first 12 months, which is 1 year. And along with the checking account, you can also open different accounts in this bank. For example, a personal loan. You can get a personal loan or a mortgage or a credit card, savings account, and many more. One of the best highlight of this particular program is Scotiabank lets you open an account from your home country even before you travel. So this is something that I actually considered right when I was in India. So, and I did open the account from my home country, but then there were some difficulties that came along, because of which I could not continue with Scotiabank. So as I mentioned, this bank lets you open an account from your home country. So by few simple steps on its website, you can open the account from your home country, and then within a day or so they will send you details of how to do the wire transfer, and you can do one-time wire transfer from your home country to this particular account. So they kind of create like a transit account for you even before you travel, and then once you travel, you can visit the branch and then convert this account into a checking or a regular checking account for your daily operations. Talking about the issue that I had with Scotiabank, it was not really Scotiabank's problem, but then what I faced was I opened the account online, the transit account, and then when I was trying to do an transfer, the wire transfer, I had an account in HDFC Bank, and when I went to HDFC Bank, they said that they do not allow personal account transfer, that is the account transfer of the same person in India to the same person's account in other country. The reason being, if you want to do that, you need to be having an NRI account in your HDFC Indian account, and because of which I could not do the transfer. Then what I heard was Axis Bank lets you do this. So what I did was I opened an account in Axis, put all my funds there, and then tried to do the transfer. But then, because of all this confusion that was going on, I had really small window to do the transfer, and Scotiabank clearly said that they would require around 10 working days to process, and I did not have so much time between my travel dates, and I wanted to show this particular amount as my proof of funds. And I was a little skeptical as to if the transaction is not complete, then will that cause a problem for me to be considered as a proof of fund at the immigration checkpoint. So that is the reason why I did not continue with this. I just opened the transit account in Scotiabank as part of their Start Right program, but I didn't really do any wire transfer. A few other benefits of this particular account is it lets you do unlimited debit transactions and also the interact e-transfers. And the monthly fee, as I mentioned, is waived off for the first year, which is for the 12 months. Post first year, the monthly fee charge is about $15 to $16. But they will let you you will get a waive off of this particular monthly fee from your second year onward if you maintain a minimum balance of 4,000 Canadian dollars. These are very much high level benefits of the Scotiabank Start Right program, but if you want to know more, I would recommend you to go to the websites of these banks and understand and read through the Start Right program and get to know more about the different benefits that they have. The second bank that I actually researched was CIBC. CIBC is, just to give you a full form, CIBC is Canadian Imperial Bank of Canada. So this is another bank that I actually researched before I opened my bank account here. So the type of program or the benefit that you have as a newcomer in CIBC, it's called the Welcome to Canada Banking Package. So you can open an account under this particular program, which again, similar to Scotiabank, it has no monthly fee for the first year, but from the second year and onwards, the charge is about $14 to $15. It's around $1 less than Scotiabank. And very similar to Scotiabank, CIBC also lets you do unlimited debit transactions and the interact e-transfers. Over and above this, it also gives you a free safety deposit for almost a year. And very similar to Scotiabank, again, you can open different accounts. For example, you can open a savings account. You can have a credit card or a personal loan or a mortgage and things like that. But the only difference between Scotiabank and CIBC is CIBC does not let you or does not give you the option of opening the account from your home country. Okay, so the third bank that I'm going to be talking about is BMO. So BMO stands for Bank of Montreal, and the kind of program that they have is called New Start program for the newcomers in Canada. Again, BMO also gives you 1 year free banking facility, which is basically for the first year your monthly fee is waived off, but post that they charge around $15 to $16 per month, which is very similar to what Scotiabank also charges. And also this fee can be waived off if you have a daily limit or daily balance of 4,000 Canadian dollars. Again, BMO also gives you an unlimited debit and interact e-transfers, and it also provides you a safety box free for first year. And very similar to other banks, you can have credit card, you can open another savings account, or you can avail for loans from BMO as well. One of the main reasons why I did not select BMO was the place that I was staying in. I did not find many BMO ATMs or branches nearby, so that was the reason why I was a little skeptical and did not open an account in BMO. Now, the fourth bank that I researched on is TD. So TD basically stands for Toronto Dominion Bank, and the package or the program that they have for newcomers is called New to Canada Banking Package. One of the main reasons why I did not go ahead with TD was its monthly fee. So TD gives a free banking option only for first 6 months. Unlike all the other banks which would give for 1 year, TD was giving only for the first 6 months, and post 6 months, the charge that they would be charging as a monthly fee was around $15 to $16 per month, but that could be waived off if you have a minimum balance of 4,000 Canadian dollars. But again, because of the 6 month of only being the waived off time frame, the one reason why I didn't select TD was this. And very similar to other banks, it gives you an unlimited debit transactions and interact e-transfers. Sorry. And but one of the pros of TD that none of the other banks gave was TD was not charging any fee on its ATM withdrawals, whereas other banks have charge if you withdraw from another ATM, which is not of its bank. But TD charges nothing or no fee for ATM withdrawal from any ATMs throughout Canada. And like I mentioned, for other banks, this bank also lets you open savings account, credit card, mortgage loans, personal loans, and many more. Okay, so now talking about the last bank in this list, or the bank that I actually selected, is RBC, which is Royal Bank of Canada. And the program that they have for newcomer is called the Newcomer Advantage. And RBC is actually the largest bank in Canada, and the reason why I chose RBC was the benefits that they're offering were slightly better than other banks, and also the monthly fee that they were charging was very nominal. And also, I have a friend of mine who works for RBC here in Canada, so it was very easy for me to get to know different details of about the program. And also I had a person to lean back on whenever I faced any difficulties. And also, I had a very smoothest process while opening RBC account. Not that I know how it went with the other banks, because I didn't really open an account, but as far as my experience goes, I had really smooth experience with RBC in terms of opening an account. So RBC provides a free banking for first year, and under this Newcomer Advantage program, you have options of opening two types of checking account. One is called the RBC No Limit Banking Account, and the other one is RBC VIP Banking Account. The VIP banking account is kind of on the slightly higher side of the checking account, which gives you a lot of benefits, but then the fee that they charge for this account is $30 per month. So that's the reason why I went for the RBC No Limit Banking Account, which charges just $10 per month as a nominal fee after 1 year. And which, as I mentioned, it is very nominal, wherein other banks were charging about $14 to $16. RBC charges just $10 to $11. And like other banks, RBC also provides unlimited debit and interact e-transfers. And RBC gives you 2 free international transfers, money transfer, for the first 12 month. And so it gives 2 per month for the first year. Very similar to other banks. So other banks also give you free, maybe 1 or 2 free transfers, international money transfers per month. And also the fee that they charge, which RBC charges after first year, is very minimal. Next, it also gives you an option to have a credit card, open savings account, have business bank accounts, or avail for loans in RBC. As far as the credit card goes, so you can have a credit card without any credit history. That is, you do not have to build your credit history in order to get a credit card. So you get a credit card as soon as you open an account. And one of the benefits that I got as an Alberta provincial nominee was I got a higher limit for my credit card. Wherein if you are a regular federal express entry candidate, then you get a little lower, but because I was a provincial nominee, I got a higher limit of the credit card. And there are 2 types of credit cards that they offer. One is a rewards card, another one is cashback. I mean, benefits, it could depend on what is your personal taste, because I would like rewards than cashback, so I went for rewards credit card. And along with this, I just opened even the savings account. As soon as I got the checking account, you can go online and open a savings account, so that's what I did. Plus, RBC also gives you free e-statements for both your both your checking account as well as your credit card. And as I mentioned, e-savings that you can open, you can do unlimited transaction between your checking and the savings account. So talking about the whole experience of how I opened RBC account. So you can open the account via call. So you can call the helpline for RBC and then open the bank account. Everything is done via call because of the pandemic. You don't have to visit the branch uh, and wait in line to actually open an account. You will, once you call the toll free number, they will assign a personal banker for you who will call you back within few hours or maybe the next day. So I got a call back from the personal banker, and I spoke to that person about what are all my needs, why do I need to open banking accounts, and I tried to understand every small details as to in terms of how much is the monthly fee that they charge and how much is the interest rate that they give for savings account. Are the e-statements chargeable? When can the monthly waiver be waived? Monthly fee can be waived off, and type of credit cards and things like that. And the person patiently answered all of these questions. And post that, I went ahead and agreed, saying that okay, this is the type of account I want. So as I mentioned, I opened the RBC no limit account, which charges about $10 per month post 1 year. So I opened that. The account was opened right next day. Only thing that I had to do was visit the branch and actually show my documents. And the documents that you need to open a RBC no limit account is COPR, which is your landing paper, and passport. So this is something that I just walked up to the branch next day and produced to the person there. And as soon as I showed my documents, my account was active, and I just did some cash deposits right then and there. And I also enrolled for online banking. And post this was done, they gave me a temporary debit card which lets me withdraw cash from the RBC ATM for the initial a week or so, because it would take 1 week for them to send me the actual debit card. So for the first week, I used the temporary card to withdraw money from ATMs, and this card lets you withdraw money only from the ATMs. You cannot swipe it at the retail stores. So you have to just go to the RBC ATM and then withdraw cash. But within a week or so, my debit card was mailed to my address, and I got the debit card. And the credit card took about 2 weeks to come. And also, as soon as I opened the account and I got it activated, I was able to do online transactions from the RBC mobile app as well as the website. So when I was covering Scotiabank, I mentioned that I wanted to do some transfer from my Indian account to Canadian account. So what I did with RBC was this day that I actually went to RBC to provide my documents and did the cash deposit. I asked them details with regards to wire transfer. That is, you need transit code, you need the SWIFT code, you need the institution code number, and different details which you require in order to do the online wire transfer. So I got all these details from the bank, and then prior to before I left India, what I'd done was I'd got the application for wire transfer from Axis Bank, and I already signed it, and I had given it to my family member. And once I got the details from RBC, I just sent that information to my family, and what my sister actually filled that form up and then provided or submitted that form to the bank, and the bank Axis Bank actually processed. I had actually was in touch with the representative from Axis Bank, and I did tell them that my sister would come and give such kind of a form in order to do the wire transfer, and that person acknowledged, saying that okay, yes, this can be done. So that's why after I gave the details, my sister went to the bank, submitted the form, and then the bank processed the wire transfer, and I think it took just 2 days to process. So within 2 days, the amount got credited in my Canadian bank account in RBC. So yes, so these were the different banks that I actually researched on, and personally I found RBC better. But it's up to each, I mean, everyone's needs that they have. Depending on what need you have, you can select the type of account and the type of bank that is most suitable for you. But as I mentioned, do your necessary checks beforehand. Understand why you want to do the banking, why you need a bank account, and for what type of transactions you need bank account. And also call them to understand different, there a lot of banks have conditions apply whenever they say that monthly fee is waived off or there's no fee for something. But it's always good to understand those conditions as well before you open an account. Awesome. So I hope this video was a little helpful for you guys in order to understand the whole financial side of opening a bank account in Canada. And if you have any questions, drop those questions in the comment section here, and I will be more than happy to answer them. I might take a little time to answer them because I see most of the people who are sending it are from India, and since the time zones are different, I might take a little time to reply, but rest assured I will answer them for sure. And let me know, if as I mentioned, let me know if you have any questions. And if awesome, thank you so much guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope it helps, and all the best.